I am so excited, everybody. It is Demon Day, Chaos Day. The Chaos reigns upon us today. That's right, we are live streaming all day to you. Art-of-War, talking Chaos, talking Shop, talking Demons, talking Fateweaver with Q Money.
It is the day of the death of the False Emperor. I don't normally play Chaos, but I'm excited. I'm here. I'll be reading these rules for the first time. It's going to be...
You're just my hype man.
I'm just a hype man.
I'm my own hype man. I don't even need you. What are you doing here?
I love how happy you are whenever you talk Chaos. The excitement that you get when we're talking Chaos and you're just like, I can do this and this cool combo. And you always go back to the good old days of 7th edition where you could vector strike everyone with your flying demon with Circus.
I'm super excited because this demon army's kind of like 7th edition. You know, it's got really hard to kill big monsters and stuff.
It also has some of the best rules of 9th edition.
It does. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to break down this demon index for you, break down these army rules. But there's a few things we got to get out of the way before I get too deep into this demon nonsense.
Okay.
First, I gotta let everyone know what we are. We are a competitively focused channel helping you get better at Warhammer, learning the game, and becoming your best. If you're interested in getting better at Warhammer, keep checking out our channel. Right now we're doing pretty much non-stop live content, going through every index as it rolls out for 10th edition in real time. And then as soon as we get these point values, which, literally any day now, I'm sure, we can break down lists, we can start playing games, and oh my god, we're gonna be playing games for you on this channel, so don't go anywhere.
So many games.
So, Quinton's excited.
I've got some Chaos games lined up.
Oh yeah, you do. He's a Death Guard.
I'm playing Death Guard.
Yeah. So if you want to see Quinton play Death Guard, you want to learn 40k, and you want to have an awesome time, like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and leave a comment telling us how excited you are about the Warp Storm, because you know I am.
Warp Storm? Storm's warping?
Storm is warping, but one more thing we got to do before the storm warps.
What's that?
There's a new thing we do on this channel. It's called Fun Facts.
Fun Fact with Quinton?
And it's time to shine, Quinton.
What's
your fun fact?
Today's fun fact comes from the 15th or 16th century, I can't remember, in a play called The Tragedy of Dr. Faustus by Christopher Marlowe, who is like Shakespeare, but not. And in that play there's a demon and the devil and the guy who makes a deal with the demon, and he asks the demon, how many planets are there? What's up in the universe? He wants to know everything because he's cool and he's a Renaissance man. Mm-hmm. And the demon replies that there are 7 planets, which is correct or incorrect or sort of correct, depending on how you classify it.
How is it correct, sort of correct, or sort of incorrect?
Well, at one point we thought there were 9 planets in the solar system, and then we realized that Pluto actually isn't because it's A, too small, and B has not cleared its planetary field or gravitational field. Mm-hmm. But also, according to Mephistopheles, Earth is not a planet. It's its own separate thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, which would leave us with 7 other planets.
So basically the definition of a planet
okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
But it's cool. But technically he was also talking about planets in the universe, and there's a lot more than 7 planets in the known universe.
Well, this is a demonic fact.
Exactly,
We're messing with the number of planets.
I've got 5 facts today, and they're all themed on the armies that we're going to be streaming about.
Oh my god, we got 5 more streams coming up?
I know.
This is so exciting.
They're all going to be hype.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Shadows of Chaos. We already know what this does. We saw this in the preview. Basically, the way your Chaos Demon Army is going to work is you're going to divide the table into 3 zones. Your deployment zone, your opponent's deployment zone, and no man's land. And then if you control at least half the number of objectives in that respective zone, the whole area is considered your Shadows of Chaos. The whole deployment zone, whole no man's land, etc. And in Shadows of Chaos, you heal when you pass Battle Shock tests for D3 wounds. Your opponent is -1 to Battle Shock, and they take D3 wounds. Additionally, you can Deep Strike 6 inches away instead of 9, so it's a little easier to get Deep Strike charges and things like that.
So, Nick, when do you proc Shadows of Chaos? The start of a phase?
Start of any phase.
So if you say move on to it in your movement phase, then you'd get it for your shooting phase and your...
yes, okay. But most notably, you wouldn't get it for your ensuing reinforcements stuff,
yes,
because that's in the same phase, so because it triggers... You didn't have shadows at the beginning of your move phase, you won't get it, so your shooting phase. So it won't help you deep strike in closer, which is a bit of a nerf, but it's a reason to include Bellicor, who we've also seen, who is awesome. But you know what we haven't seen? We have seen Warp Rifts, I think.
I think we haven't seen
We haven't seen Warp Rifts? Warp Rifts is basically the rule that says you can show up 6 inches away instead of 9 inches away with Shadows of Chaos. That's the moneymaker right there.
But we haven't seen the go up.
Go up, go up, go up.
We got that!
Oh, we haven't seen
We can run
this?
demons, demonic packs!
We can run demons in our CSM. So basically we play Strike Force missions. It's competitive 2,000 points. 1,000 points is 250. And more is 750.
Yeah.
500 points of demons. If you're playing... World Leader's Army, it's got to be Khorne. Thousand Sun's got to be Tzeentch, Death Guard, Nurgle. And if your Warlord is Lucius the Eternal...
Which means if you're playing Emperor's Children.
Or if Lucius is a data sheet in CSM. which he is.
She is.
then
I would be surprised if he wasn't.
Yeah, then you can ally Slaanesh demons to your army. But if any CSM army or any Chaos Knight army, if your army's Chaos keyword, you can just include 500 points of demons. Really nice, really awesome. And since there's
also not like you have to include an HQ and some troops.
Yeah,
you can just include
patrols.
whatever you want. Yeah.
Just take demons. They're like units in your data sheet up to 500 points.
Yeah.
Data sheets in your army, rather. So Corrupt Real Space is the stratagem we had already seen. Basically, it'll make an objective sticky if you control it, and then it'll also be a 6-inch aura of shadows, which can be nice if you can get some mid-play field going on, especially if you're running like a monster mesh list that's trying to thread overload. Warp Surge, in your charge phase, a Legion Demonica unit from your army is eligible to advance in charge, so 1 CP advance in charge. Great. And you also, it's in your charge phase, so you don't have to pop it in your movement phase if you want to adapt your plan a little more. It's nice. Drought of Terror is a fun one. You use it in your opponent's shooting phase, or in your shooting or fight phase, rather. You pick one of your units, they're going to get +1 AP.
That's good.
That's just really good. And if you're fighting against a battle-shocked unit, you get reroll wounds.
Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and assume that these spooky, scary skeletons and demons can make you battle shocked 2 other ways.
Oh, they sure can. There's a lot of ways to trigger battle shocks. I'll give you a spoiler right now. Skull cannons, when they shoot you, just cause battle shock tests.
That seems good.
Yeah, you fail that one in the shooting phase. Guess what? Reroll wounds for 1 CP. Drought of Terror.
Seems good.
Hard to set up, but not impossible. Demons can definitely do that. Denizens of the Warp. This is one of my favorite stratagems. Demons got it. It used to be a GSC only strat. Pick a unit, show up 3 inches away from the enemy instead of 6 or 9. You cannot charge, but you can sure shoot. You can sure action. You can sure steal an objective.
That seems really good.
It's really, really good.
Really good.
It's really good.
You know what else you can do with that?
What can you do with
that? You can move block.
You definitely can.
You definitely can move block.
Who doesn't like move block? Quinton, I don't
9-man unit of Nurglings. Woo!
Quinton, I think we did the thing where we didn't go live.
No.
I think we did. No, are we live?
Are we live?
We're totally live.
We're totally live.
We're totally live. It says go live over there. Someone would have said something. Okay, we're live.
Are we live? Well, chat, okay. Chat, are we live?
Chat, let us know if we're live. We're just going to keep going. Keep going. Whoopsies. Okay, so Denizens of the Warp. I want to know if we're live.
Ask chat. Chat's not responding.
Chat's not responding. We're definitely live now. It says stop streaming and broadcast. There is a little bit of lag. Lol. Okay.
Okay.
There.
We're live. Okay, cool.
There it is.
There we go.
There it is. It wouldn't be an Art of War stream if I didn't do that at least once. Thanks, chat.
Thanks, chat.
Okay. So, Realm of Chaos, as I was saying. At the end of your opponent's turn, for 1 command point, you're going to pick up 2 demon units from your army if they're in Shadows of Chaos, or otherwise just 1, and put them back in reserve.
Yeah.
Now, it's not strategic reserve, but they can show up via Deep Strike, so all your rules for Shadows of Chaos and Deep Strike just going to come right in. Thank you so much for letting us know we're live, chat. I'm sorry that happened. Sometimes you get lost in your demon sauce and you forget if you press the go live button, and there's only one way to find out. So, demonic invulnerabilities. 1 CP in your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit targets you as an attack. You basically get reroll 1s for saves. So these are a great suite of strats. Realm of Chaos, I think we kind of glossed over it because of the whole chat debacle, but honestly, that's an awesome stratagem. That is like a legit awesome strat. So being able to go back at the end of your turn sets you up for all kinds of new plays, free deep striking. You don't even have to show back up in the next turn. It does not say that, so you can show up on turn 4, turn 5 as your opponent starts to reduce their screening ability.
Yeah. Demonic invulnerability. So what you're saying is you take that, and then you take your Grimoire of True Names, and you give yourself a 2-open vulnerable save, and you...
Not anymore. You can't do that.
But rerolling a saving throw of 1 is really good. It's the kind of thing that I really like, these kinds of strats, if the math says you should die exactly, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if you have a 6-up save, and you have 10 models, and your opponent hands you 12 saves, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and you need 1 dude to survive on an objective. That's why I really like strats like demonic invulnerability, or -1 to hit, or something like that.
Yeah. This strat's great. Reroll 1s to save. I played back when this is just a rule for inch demons, especially if you have 4 bundles, which this army will have in spades. It really increases the efficiency on your saving throws. Rolling 1 sucks.
Yeah,
Mixing is good. Okay.
Got some
We got
enhancements.
enhancements. So all of these have basically two effects. They have one, a normal effect, and then a second effect if you're in Shadows
So
of
you
Chaos.
notice I've been noticing a lot of stratagems and enhancements have that two effects. One of which is normal, and the other one is if you're under the effects of your army's rule.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's like good, nice design philosophy, I suppose, to go on with. First one is Angrath, the King of Blades. This is, or Argath rather. This is the Corn Sword attack thing. +1 attack and +1 strength to your melee weapons, and if you're in Shadows of Chaos, +2 strength, +2 attacks.
Can you give that to a Bloodthirster?
You could totally give that to a Bloodthirster.
That seems good.
Yeah, then I guess it wouldn't sweep for more attacks. It would just give you 2 additional attacks at the sweep profile, but still, very strong. Everstave is the Zinch one. Add 1 to your strength characteristic for your bear's range weapons.
Seems good.
And then also add 3 inch range.
Also seems good.
And if you're in Shadows of Chaos, add 2 to your strength and add 6 to your range.
That seems really good.
Plus 6 inch range is no joke.
Can you give to Lord of Change?
You sure can. All these you can give to a big boy.
Okay.
Or Demon Prince. Yeah, you can really do that kind of stuff. So this is nice. Lord Change has legitimate credible shooting, so being able to add range.
Well, all of his
strength
psychic
is
attacks
good.
became guns.
Yeah, pretty much. And you can imagine what Bolt of Zinch is now as a gun. We'll show you. So they have the Endless Gift. The Endless Gift is 5 of Feeling Pain. If you're in Shadows of Chaos, 4 of Feeling Pain. That's going to turn a Great Unclean One into a literal behemoth. I'm pretty sure. 4 of Feeling Pain if you can just keep him next to Bellator.
I mean, that's double the number of wounds.
It's a 50% increase in wounds, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. And then Soul Stealer is a Slaanesh model. Each time the bear destroys an enemy model with a melee attack, roll a d6, adding 1 to the result of the bear was in your army Shadows of Chaos. On a 4-up, you regain a wound. So 4-up healing as you kill people for your Keeper's Secrets or a Demon Prince or something. And 3-up if you're in Shadows of Chaos. That's really good if you're playing like against the Horde. Literally against GSC, if they don't one-turn the Keeper, it will heal right back up to full or something like that. That's awesome. We got some hype in the chat for Chaos Day. Love to see it. Love to see it. Quinn, I need some hype from you. Be excited for Chaos. Look at these pretty pictures.
I know.
Yeah.
That's a cool picture.
That is a cool picture.
I like how it's like all the Chaos like together. I really like the new Chaos art they've been doing where it's like super wacky and wild.
They're killing sisters. I never even noticed that, but I like it.
Oh.
Look at this poor lady.
Poor lady. We got Skarbrand.
Scary B. Let me zoom out a little bit so you all can see effectively. One moment. There we go.
Okay. Do you know why Skarbrand's wings are broken?
Why?
Because he was so angry he tried to challenge Khorne, and Khorne, like, slapped him across the universe and broke his wings.
I actually did know that. If you quiz me on random demon facts, I'll probably get them.
Okay.
It's the only lore I do know. But yeah, Skarbrand's a beast. In 9th edition, he was game defining. Let's see how he stacks up in 10th edition. Obviously, these big monsters are going to cost a lot of points. We don't know what they are, but let's just read the rules and see if they're worth it.
So, move 8, toughness 11, 4-up save, 20 wounds, 6-up leadership, and OC 5. So he is tough.
He's tough. Toughness 11's good, 4-up Invul's good. He basically has Bellow of Endless Fury, which is a 2d6 heavy flamer, only no AP though. Its melee weapons are Strike, Slaughter, and Carnage, the 2 axes. He's either going to have an 8 attack strike or a 16 attack sweep. Hitting on 2s, strength 16, AP 4, and 6 damage on that strike, which is just like whatever you are, you're dead.
Yep.
If you have an Invul, you can try to pass a lot of them.
We just previewed some knights, and this guy will flip a knight.
This guy will flip a knight.
Yeah.
If you don't have an Invul, you're just auto-dead. It's like literally rolled 16 ones or something. Sweep is hitting on 2s, strength 8, AP 1, 2 damage. So actually a great...
It's actually a very good
sweep attack, yeah. For his auras, he's got Deadly Demise D6, so he explodes big. Auras, he's going to have +1 attack for all Khorne demon units.
So including...
Not including monsters or vehicles. So not for Bloodthirster Skarbrand himself. But he will turn
I liked it when he gave everyone +1 attack.
Yeah, both the enemy and the friendly. Yeah. And then his no fallback is turned into a 6-inch aura of take a leadership test. Or no fallback, which it was before, but it used to be tested on 3d6, so that's a lot less reliable. Still, demons have some negative modifiers to leadership, but still not reliable. So Skarbrand hits. I mean, one of the things you really used him for in
Chat is pointing out Skarbrand, if he has less wounds, gets 2 extra attacks.
Oh my god! He doesn't get... Yeah, this is a Skarbrand thing. He does not... he does not degrade. He gets angry. He gets... You hurt Skarbrand hurt you.
Yeah, if you click on the king and you miss,
I mean, don't charge this man.
10 attacks and damage 6.
Goodbye. 60 damage. Okay, Skarbrand.
Oh, he can do 60 damage, can't he?
He sure can.
He sure can.
Okay, Skarbrand.
Got a Bloodthirster.
Let's see what the Bloodthirster does.
We can give him +2 strength attacks.
Not Skarbrand. You can't do
Bloodthirster. Yeah.
So Thirster is similar defense-wise. He's got 20 or 18 wounds instead of 20.
He moves 4 extra and he flies.
Yeah, I mean, fly's not what he used to be.
It's not.
But still, moving extra and flying are big deals. Combat-wise, he's got the Axicorn, which is the bigger axe, if you have the...
I think that's a smaller axe.
No, because it's strength 16. You haven't strength... Oh, no, I think you're right.
Wait, what?
Okay, so this is definitely a typo. Just noticed it. Okay, so what it says is the Axicorn strike ability is 8 attack, strength 14, AP 4, and D6 damage, and then its sweep ability... Well, this isn't a typo.
Right.
Sorry, everybody. I just can't read. Quinton, you're supposed to read.
I also misread that. I don't know what's wrong with the Bloodthirster. We just can't read it.
Okay, so Bloodthirster's got the Axicorn, and he's going to pair that with the Bloodflail. The Bloodflail is 1 shot, strength 16, AP 3, D6 plus 1. Axicorn, nice. Big attacks. The Great Axicorn, this is the bigger one. Mm-hmm. This will be strength 16, AP 4, D6 plus 2. So also murder. It's actually potential damage 8. This guy's insane. Mm-hmm. What he really does for you, he's a 6-inch aura plus 1 to hit for your Corn Demon units, and this will work on vehicles. This will also apply to shooting. So oh no, it's only melee. So not that.
Yep.
6-inch plus 1 to hit is great, and then
he does like 4 mortal wounds at the end of the fight phase.
You roll 8d6 for every 4 abysmal mortal. Yeah,
that seems good.
Bloodthirster's very angry.
Yeah. He actually hits really hard in combat. Wow.
It's gonna come down to how expensive they are.
Yeah.
Like ultimately with these big monsters.
I think you probably take the Great Axe. I like
the Great Axe.
The damage 2 sweeps are really nice.
Damage 2 sweeps and D6 plus 2 gives you a floor. There's nothing worse than rolling D6 damage weapons and just rolling ones.
Yeah. You ever where it takes 2 D6 damage weapons to kill a 3-wound model, and you're just like, no, please.
Quinton. I play against Richard Siegler. I've had Gazkul Thraka, who's damage 4, take 16 hits to kill 2 6-wound chicken walkers. They have 6 up the ammo pain.
Did I tell you in my debut game at Art of War, I had 3 Harlequin troops kill 3 chicken walkers?
No.
They each fired their pistols. They both hit. Both wound, both failed save, both max damage, 8-2. Then 3 guys charged and killed the last one. It was great.
That's. I wish I had your powers.
I know.
So then we got Skulltaker. So Skulltaker's pretty interesting. He's got 6 attacks, precision, dev wounds.
Okay. So he is
strength 6, AP 2, 3 damage. So 3 damage.
He's a character assassin.
He just kills stuff.
Kills characters.
The cool thing he does is when he's joined to a unit,
they get devastating wounds.
They get devastating.
So can he join Bloodletters?
He joins Bloodletters. Okay. Yeah. And then against characters, and remember, characters is not just the character model himself. Any unit that has a character attached will have the character keyword. He himself can reroll hits and reroll wounds, so he will murder any characters.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what he does.
He also gains a CPU when he kills a character.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Didn't even catch that. Yeah, it's that's there. See, Quinton with the breeding.
Yep.
Bloodmaster over here. So this is like a Corn Herald. He's gonna
also hit kind of hard.
But
he doesn't have dev wounds or precision.
No, the thing he's going to give your unit is +1 to wound.
That's good.
That is good.
And 6-inch consolidate.
6-inch consolidate.
I like that a lot.
That is really good.
It's very good.
Yeah, consolidating is hard these days.
It is, yeah.
And yep, he joins Bloodletters.
Cool.
Skullmaster joins Bloodcrushers.
And he gives their bladed horns devastating wounds.
He does. So this is the Bloodcrushers attacks, and you can get a sense of what a Bloodcrusher's bladed horns are right now.
Yep.
4 extra attacks with Lance. +1 to wounds, strength 6, AP 1. Only hitting on 4s, but dev wounds obviously makes it awesome. Okay. And then he has this great rule. Each time this model's unit ends a charge move, each enemy unit within engagement range of that unit must take a battle.
That's really good.
So Bloodcrushers are like this 60mm based model, and you could take like a lot of them in a unit, and then add this guy, and then multi-charge like 4 or 5 units, and do mortal wounds on the charge, make them take battle shock tests. If they're in Shadows of Chaos, make them take more mortal wounds, Quinton, and then hit them with your Skullmaster and Bloodcrushers, who do mortal wounds with their devastating blows.
Devastating wounds.
Devastating wounds.
That seems good. He's also kind of chonky. 6 wounds, toughness 7, 4 pinvuln. I like this guy.
This guy's good. This guy's good money. Yeah. Good. He hasn't been good in so many editions, let me tell you. Okay. The Rendmaster on a Bloodthirster. This guy's also good. So this is the Corn Chariot.
Does every single one of these guys have blood in the name?
What else would they have? Blood for the Blood God.
Fair.
Move 8, toughness 9, 4 up save, 9 wounds. So toughness 9 wounds with a 4 up invul is not bad. OC3.
So he's not a leader. He's just a dude.
He's just a dude. He just rides around. It's basically 4 Bloodletter type attacks, strength 5, AP 2 damage. Nothing super impressive. And then the Chariot itself is 5 attacks, strength 6, AP 2, and 3 damage. So in total, it's not bad.
Yeah, no.
And then the Bloodthrone has an amazing ability. At the start of the fight phase, select one enemy unit within 18 invisible to this model. Until the end of the phase, each time a friendly Khorne, Legion, Demonica unit makes an attack against that unit, improve the strength, AP,
and damage by one. What?
Yeah.
So you can deep strike this guy in and then be like, everyone go kill that.
Yeah, so your Bloodletters with like Skulltaker can be like, we're going to charge in, we're going to have devastating wounds, we're going to have an extra attack from Skarbrand, extra to hit from Bloodthirster, +1 strength, +1 AP, +1 damage, and your army's dead. Your army's gone now.
That seems so good.
Khorne is angry. Khorne is powerful, and Khorne is here to kill you.
3 of these and it works on 3 units?
Yeah, you sure can.
That seems really good.
It actually works on your entire army because you're targeting the enemy units.
Wow.
You can pick 3 units and just go, you are dead. Blood for the Blood God. Ren for the Rendmaster.
Kill stuff.
He's not even done with his profile yet. Each time this model makes a melee attack that targets a character or monster, reroll wounds. That's pretty good. Characters and monsters are things you want to reroll wounds against. And if it kills a character or monster, heal d6 wounds.
That seems good. Seems good.
On a Blood Throne.
I like this guy.
This guy's good. This guy is good. Karanak. Maybe slightly less exciting. He gives your Flesh Hounds lethal hits for a unit that you nominate as your prey.
Okay.
And then if you kill your prey, then you pick a new unit to be your new prey. Lethal hits is a good rule.
Yeah, and then you can reroll advance and charge rolls.
And you can reroll advance and charge.
And he's got a 3-up view and left hand against psychic attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Seems good.
Mm-hmm. 6 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 6, AP 1, 2 damage. It's not a super impressive model compared to the things we've seen. But,
Probably cheap.
You know, he's probably cheap. He's probably on the cheap side. Character upgrade type of thing. Mm-hmm. Bloodletters, so this is obviously the Khorne troop choice here. They are defensively
only 2 attacks.
Not impressive. Only 1 wound, toughness 4, 5 up invul.
Ooh, yeah.
5 up invul.
Wow.
They're very vulnerable to Overwatch, which is, something to consider these days. 2 attacks each. Skarbrand will pump that up to 3. Mm-hmm. Hitting on 3, strength 5, AP 2, and 2 damage. So with the Blood Throne, this would be strength 6, AP 3, and 3 damage, which gets pretty
Well,
hitty.
you get to 4 attacks a guy. Yeah, these guys can.
Yeah, these guys can definitely slam. And then they reroll once to wound if you're targeting a unit that is below normal strength, and you can reroll wound rolls entirely if you're targeting a unit below full half strength.
Can you slow roll these?
Yeah, I believe you can, because each time a model makes a melee attack, you totally could.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
But... yeah.
I don't want to do that. It is to your benefit to slow roll your Bloodletters because as you damage your opponent's unit, their leftover Bloodletters that have not struck yet will just get more and more rerolls.
Yes.
Oh, good eye, Quinn. It's definitely in your best interest to at least roll the first one, do a wound to a guy, and be like, okay, now I'm going to reroll at least once to wound for everybody else. As you get to reroll wounds, though, at half strength.
And we get +1 to charge.
So the icon is gonna give the bearer leadership 6, and the instrument is adding 1 to charge roll. So anytime you see an icon or an instrument, which is pretty common in your demon units, that's what they'll do.
So they show up 6 away, and you need to roll 5 on the dice.
To charge. That's pretty doable.
Pretty reliable.
Overwatch is this unit's biggest problem.
Yes.
And I don't imagine they're going to be that expensive. They're kind of glass cannons right now, but obviously remains to be seen. This is fairly impressive, especially if they're cheap enough, which I don't know, but if they're cheap enough, you can just take a lot of them.
They always remind me of the aliens from Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Fun fact for you, Quentin.
What?
You're new here, but let me tell you, my movie knowledge, pretty much nothing. If you've asked me if I've seen a movie, 9 times out of 10, I have not. So, Kingdom of the Lost Indiana, I have not seen it. Have not. Don't know about it. But sure, these guys look like they're from that movie.
Cool.
Someone called the IP police. Okay. Bloodcrushers. We were just talking about them. Let's continue.
Okay.
So they have the 4 lance attacks, and then they'll get the dev wounds from their Skullmaster.
So they've got it's a Bloodthirster riding a Bloodcrusher.
The Bloodthirster riding a Bloodcrusher would be pretty impressive.
Well, no, that's kind of what they are.
It's just a Bloodletter riding a Bloodcrusher.
I thought the Bloodcrusher was the dude. Or is the dude a Juggernaut of Khorne?
The dude is a Juggernaut. The guy riding is a Bloodletter. A Bloodthirster is the big greater demon.
Oh, okay. Well, he's riding it like roller skates.
You can tell Quentin is the demon player here. So, Bloodcrushers, they move 10, toughness 7, 4 up invul. That is actually a tough profile. So, they used to be toughness 5. This is like quite the increase. And a 4 up invul is... I've always wanted them before Bindle. So Lance is +1 to wound, which is awesome. Strength 6 +1 to wound is a great place to be. Mm-hmm. AP 1 damage is a little less exciting, but you do get dev wounds on that when you charge with the guy. Just the Bloodletter riding it is unimpressive, but that's kind of what it is. But this is the real cool rule. Brass Stampede. Each time the unit ends a charge move, select one enemy unit with engagement range on a 4+. They take D3. For each model in your unit, roll a 4+. So if you have 6 Bloodcrushers in 6 man. 6 blood, is that right? Yeah, 6 Bloodcrushers.
So you should do average...
6 mortals.
6 mortals.
So
and then you got the Dev Wounds if you take the
Right.
Bloodmaster Crusher guy.
And every time this unit charges something, if he's in the unit, you take a Battle Shock test. If you fail that Battle Shock test, you take D3 more for Shadows of Chaos. So average is 6 mortal wounds. Average is 7 mortal wounds because your Skullmaster will also roll a 4-up. Average is 7 mortal wounds. Then plus D3 mortal wounds if you fail your Battle Shock. Then I'm going to roll 28 Juggernaut Bladed Horn attacks at you. Maybe 35 on your Skarbrand. And plus 1 to hit if I'm near my Thirster. Actually, that won't apply to extra attacks, so scratch that. 35 attacks, potentially. Dev Wounds on that.
That seems good.
And then the Bloodletters attack.
That seems good.
Seems good.
Seems good. Seems really good.
It does seem really good. Yeah, and it's tough. And don't worry, it's not going to get shot because it's going to either arrive in Deep Strike or arrive via Bellicor.
Via Bellicor?
Like, Bellicor's a 6-inch.
Oh,
yeah.
So,
yeah.
I love that Bellicor's just transport.
Bellicor he's a guy. I have mixed feelings about
Flesh Hounds.
Flesh Hounds.
The dogs, the second best dogs in the game.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So they have the Burning Roar, which is just for their sergeants, a random flamer. That's kind of irrelevant, but it's also nice because it means you can advance, or you can just move and do your actions.
You're eligible to shoot.
You're eligible to shoot. Units that don't have guns are also eligible to shoot.
Oh, that's fair.
So
No.
that doesn't actually matter. You have a flamer.
Okay.
So you have 15 attacks from a 5-man, 3 attacks per model, hitting on 3, strength 5, AP 1 damage. You know what this unit looks like?
What?
The prime target for the Blood Throne ability.
Oh gosh.
Take
strength 6, AP 2, damage 2.
Then it's a scary profile.
Wow, that's really good.
And they can heroic intervene for 0 CP, and even if the unit's already done so this phase, because they pounce. Dogs pounce. They have a 3-up Feel No Pain from Psychic Attack, so screw you, Thousand Suns. Yeah. And they have a 5-up Invul. So nothing too impressive, but also with the right buffs, even just 1 buff, which is very easy to apply actually from the Rendmaster on Blood Throne, these guys smack. These guys smack.
Seem really good.
If they're not expensive, this is going to be money. We will find out though, and you can take 5 to 10.
And they're cute.
Skull Cannons, so move 8, toughness 9, 4-up Invul, 4-up Invul, 9 wounds, OC3. Blast is pretty interesting. It's D6 plus 2 shots. It used to be D3 plus 3, so this is a bit of an improvement. Hits on 3. Strength 9 is better than Strength 8 like it used to be. That's nice. AP 1 and 2 damage. Mm-hmm. And then the real reason you're taking this thing, it's okay in combat, is because every time it hits an enemy unit, they take a Battle Shock test.
That seems good.
That seems really good. So it has the potential to do D3 mortals if they fail their leadership after it's done shooting, and obviously Battle Shock has its own benefits, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, seems good.
Again, it's going to come down to cost, of course. The Skull
Altar.
Quinton, I don't want to read the Skull Altar. You're
okay. The area of the battlefield within 6 inches of this fortification is considered to be within your army's Shadow of Chaos. In addition, while a friendly Khorne Legionis Demonica unit is within 6 inches of this fortification, you can reroll a Battle Shock test for that unit. So you can reroll Battle Shock and you count as being within Shadows of Chaos.
Okay.
You can destroy it.
It's tough, though.
You get cover, and it's fortification, so you can still shoot it and stuff if you're in combat.
And it infiltrates.
It does.
So being an infiltrating aura of it doesn't hold an objective. It's
it's OC0.
But being an infiltrating unit that can just be there, be tough, and who wants to shoot this thing, and then it's a Shadow of Chaos is not terrible. If this thing is 50 points, I can see it. If this thing is 100 points, I might not see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Fateweaver! Oh, we're here! My bird! Oh, Fateweaver! Yay.
So for you guys in chat and watching, this is Nick's favorite model. He talks about Fateweaver all the time. He took his old Fateweaver for moral support to LVO, even though he had the real Fateweaver. Nick loves Fateweaver.
Okay. And now he's got a beautiful indirect gun. He's toughness 10, 20 wounds with 4-up Invul. He moves 12. He flies. OC 5. He's got this Infernal Gateway, which is a blast indirect fire gun. It's got 2 modes when you can make hazardous to hit harder. The first one is 24 inches, D6 plus 3 shots. Both hit on 2s. Strength 9, AP 2, and D3 damage. Did I mention indirect fire? Did I mention that?
It seems good.
That seems good. Let's see if I supercharge. Then it becomes hazardous. Whatever, roll 2 up. D3 plus 6 shots, hitting on 2s, Strength 9, AP 3, and D3 damage.
That's legit.
That is legit. Fateweaver! And then he's got the Staff of Tomorrow.
Which is my favorite weapon name in all of 40K.
It's such a good
name.
It's such a good name. 5 attacks, hitting on 3, strength 8, AP 2, 2d3 damage. So pretty much identical to today's offense profile in combat. Fateweaver! And then he's got 2 heads. One head looks forward, and one head looks back. Okay, so the head that looks forward... Each time you target a friendly Tzeentch Legion Demonica unit within 6 of this model for a strat, roll d6. If it's greater than the current battle round, you gain a CP. So if you want to use the strats like extra AP on your Flamers of Tzeentch, I don't know, that seems good. Maybe the strat to go back into reserves, that also seems good. Maybe even the Heroic Intervention strat or whatever. Gain a CP, or it could make it free. And then one head looks back. After your opponent uses a strat, this model uses this ability. Vect that. Now it costs 1 more CP. I've been on for weeks about how good that ability is in today's 40k meta, where everyone has these wonderful 1 CP strats they just want to spam over and over again. Screw you, Deathwatch. I'm making that thing cost 2.
You get to only do 38 mortal wounds a turn.
Quinton, I'm so happy.
I know.
You know.
Fateweaver.
Lord of Change.
Would you run 3 Fateweavers if you could?
I don't want to be able to run Fateweaver. I like that he's a unique model. I think that's better. If I could, though, like, how could
But you can't run 3 of these guys.
I could run 3 Lords. She's 3 Lords of Change and Fateweaver. Quinton. What does the Lord of Change do? Well, one of them, remember, can get that Scun for +2 strength, +6 inch range. So think about it in context like that. The Everstave. But the Rod of Sorcery is a 12-inch range gun, and then it's 6 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 8, AP 1, and D3 damage.
That's legit.
That is legit. And Bolt of Change, also legit. This is the psychic attack with 2 modes of fire, 18 inches, 9 attacks, Tzeentch's number, hitting on 2, strength 9, AP1 or AP2, depending on if you decide to go hazardous or not, 1 damage or D3 damage. So, like, Fateweaver and 3 Lords of Changes is, like, 36 strength 9, AP 2/3, D3 damage shots.
Yeah, these guys slap.
These guys smack.
These guys shoot hard.
That's 36. Did I say 36 strength 9, AP2, D3 damage shots?
You did. That seems good.
On toughness 9, toughness 10 for pinball models.
Yeah.
Lord of Change, not as cool as Fateweaver, only has the Staff of Tzeentch, far less exciting. Strength 6, AP1, 3 damage, also far less good. You can take the Baleful Sword, which will give you 3 extra attacks, strength 7, AP2, and 3 damage. I hate that the little rinky-dink sword on the model, it's like this big, is bigger than the entire staff. But
the staff's wood. It's like hard.
You think that staff is wood? Fateweaver's walking around with a wooden cane from Earth? No. Fateweaver's not wielding a wooden staff.
Okay, it's demon wood.
Demon wood.
Demon wood.
Okay, it's demon wood. He's got the Demon Lord of Tzeentch aura, which is a 6-inch aura of +1
strength.
Okay, so scratch that. All those 36 shots or whatever. Strength 10. Okay, let's rewind. My bad.
And he gets ignores cover, lethal hits, or sustained hits D3.
So 3 of those big chunk and Lord of Changes are going to be ignores cover, lethal hits, and sustained hits D3.
You pick one of the following.
Well, I'm making a list that has 3 Lords of Changes, led by Fateweaver. Quinton, don't at me. Is that the most competitive thing you can do?
Yes.
Probably. Is that the coolest thing you can do? Definitely. So, like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
If these are not that expensive, then these are money.
Yes.
I mean, 4-up Invul, toughness 10, ton of wounds. The degradation is -1 to hit.
Who cares?
I mean, it sucks, but, like, whatever. It's not a big deal. You're probably -1 to hit from your opponent having some special rule, and they don't stack, so whatever. I'm -1 to hit. I accept.
Fateweaver doesn't degrade because he's indirect, so
yeah,
-1 anyways.
And you know what I used to say for
What?
generations? A 4-up reroll 1s is better than a 2-up, and it's still true. And you have a strat for 1 CP reroll 1s. So
I don't think that's math, but okay.
Not everything abides by your human laws of math, Quinn.
I mean,
this is demon logic.
Statistics and probability do. I failed math, but I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
Yeah, you failed math, and look at you. Now you're talking about Warhammer.
I know.
Here we are. Changeling with Infernal Flames. So he's a lone operative. That's really
those
important.
are really good.
Lone operative is such a great rule.
Such a good rule.
Such a good rule. And
You know what can't shoot lone operative?
Anything?
Yeah.
Unless you get within 12.
Yes.
But you know what happens? If you shoot the Changeling, if you somehow manage to shoot the Changeling by getting within 12, you're not done. You have to take a Battle Shock test. If you fail the test, in addition to being Battle Shocked, you can't target the Changeling. So chances are you fail your Battle Shock test, Eat that. Take
What?
D3 mortals for your tries and shoot somewhere else, please. I'm the Changeling. Talk about a backfield objective holder that will never be bothered.
What is this guy?
This guy's the Changeling. Look at him. He's a robed, hooded fig. What do you mean, what is this guy? You have no idea.
This guy seems amazing.
He's got the Trickster staff. He's also got a good gun. So he's got Infernal Flames, which is... He's got 2 profiles, but you're going to go Hazardous because he's got 5 wounds and he never takes damage, apparently. Yeah. So who cares if you roll a 1. D6 plus 3 shots... Flamer, Torrent, auto hits, Strength 6, AP 1, D3 damage, ignores cover. Did I mention if you need that Lord of Change? Strength 7.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yes. And then he's not even done with his rules. At the start of your opponent's shooting phase, select one enemy within 12 inches invisible to this model. Roll a D6. 2 through 5, each time the model makes an attack, -1 to hit.
On a 6, you can't shoot.
No. So you get through the efforts to get close enough to Changeling to shoot him, and then he's like, No. Actually, you can't shoot anything. And also take a battle shock test. Also hurt yourself. Changeling. This guy's awesome.
Amazing.
So you know what he used to do in 5th edition? Did you play in 5th edition?
No.
Okay, of course
I played 2 games in 5th edition total.
Okay. Changeling in 5th edition was a 5-point upgrade you would just pay for your horrors. So 5 horrors cost 95 or whatever, and then Changeling made it an even 100. And he would pick an enemy unit in your opponent's shooting phase, just whenever it's about to shoot, and your opponent would have to take a leadership test. And vehicles counted as leadership 10, because that was back before they had a characteristic. If they fail a test, I just get to shoot that unit. And chances are that unit is in the middle of your army, line of sight to everything, guns go. And I swear, there have been games I was literally like getting my ass kicked. It was brutal. And then I'm just like, Hail Mary, Changeling on the town R. And it's like, they rolled an 11, good game. 2 mans. So, we got the Fateskimmer. He skims Fate. This is the Herald Zinch on a Chariot. Moves 12, toughness 7, 9 wounds for Warp and Volt. Also pretty tough. So I feel like
and he's a leader.
Chariot spam might be...
Where does he join? He joins
Screamers.
Okay.
Yeah, homeboy joins Screamers. That's going to be a weird looking unit. Like 5-6 Screamers joined by this guy.
Where have I seen that before?
Where have you?
Bunch of Screamers with some demon characters.
Interesting.
Rerolling ones.
Rerolling ones. It's back! So we've got Arcane Fireball. Again, you've got Hazardous, non-Hazardous. The Hazardous version is better. 3 shots, Strength 6, AP 2, D3 damage. It's really, you're only getting a Strength and an AP for going Hazardous. So
I would still do it.
It depends what you're shooting at.
He can't die.
He's not going to die, that's for sure. Screamers, this will give you an insight to what they do. They have 2 Screamers here, so... hitting on 4, Strength 6, AP 2, only 2 damage.
Okay, that's respectable.
It's okay. Hitting on 4 sucks.
Yeah, it does. And then he does nothing in combat.
He does give your unit lethal hits, so at least your hits will wound, which is 1/3 of the wound. And then once per battle, if this model's unit is not in engagement range, it can just pick it up and put it into strategic reserves.
That's good.
That is a good rule.
That is a good rule. You can do it at the end of your opponent's turn, and then when you draw, like, behind enemy lines or whatever, you just like, woo.
Yeah. Do it at the end of your opponent's turn, show up, and then just be in a better spot for your turn. That's nice. You can use that with the strat, actually, on a lot of units, and just kind of redeploy your army.
Got a Fluxmaster.
Fluxmaster is the Herald on his disc, so maybe he'll join the Screamer Star. He's also a leader. Oh, he's only joining pink and blue horrors.
Oh!
So, Horror Star. I actually ran that a few times, too. Arcane Fireball, same exact thing as the Fateskimmer's profile. Mediocre combat, who cares? The unit he joins is -1 to hit from all attacks, which is nice.
That's good.
And once per battle round after a hit roll, wound roll, save roll is made for this model, you can change the result to a 6.
Okay.
So chances are you're not going to take that on saves until you're like down to the dumps, but
you can just use it on wound rolls.
You can use it on fireballs.
Pick something and it takes D3 mortals.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because it's devastating wounds. So you can just do D3 mortals to a unit. I didn't catch that. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. And then we've got the Blue Scribes. So he's another lone operative, another weird Zinch character, very Changeling-esque over here.
The Sharp Quills, Anti-Psyker 2+, hitting on 5, Strength 2, AP 0, Damage 1.
Do you know anything about the Blue Scribes?
Not a thing.
Okay, so the Blue Scribes are these little blue horrors that like follow around Zinch himself and just transcribe history. They transcribe everything that's ever happened, every thought he's ever had, they just write things down.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So they have their little quills, and they're anti-psychers. They hate psychers. I don't really get it. Zinch is very into psychers. They're a lone operative. So while an enemy is within 12 of this model, each model in that unit makes a psych attack just -1 to wound.
That seems good.
If you want anti-Thousand Suns tech, that's where to find it. And then at the end of your movement phase, roll a d6 for each enemy unit within 6 of this model. On 2 to 3, the unit suffers 1 mortal wound. On a 4 to 5, they suffer d3. And on a 6, they suffer d6.
What?
So it's like a little bomb that you just kind of zoom.
That's cute. He moves 12.
He moves 12. Flies. Yeah.
Okay.
He's also a lone operative, so like, zoom, objective.
Yeah.
Don't shoot me.
I like these guys.
Blue Scribes are cool. They're cool people. They're cool critters. Look at them.
Cool.
Look at them. They don't join anybody because they're lone operatives. Changecaster is the Herald of Zinch.
Looks like he got a Gloomspike Git head.
It does. He looks like a Bad Moon head. I don't love that. I really don't.
I think the kit has an alternate you can build a regular.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So he's got Arcane Fireball again, same exact thing.
Gives you sustained hits.
Sustained hits for your horror unit.
In your shooting phase, after he shoots, he makes you take a battle shock test.
Only for infantry units if you shoot them, but making units take battle shocks is a win condition.
Necron Warriors.
Screw Necron Warriors. We've got, they join blue horrors or pink horrors. Speaking of which, blue horrors. So blue horrors are an interesting unit. It used to just be pretty much pink horrors, and then they split down, and that's how you get your different kinds of horrors. But now blue horrors are their own unit again. So their damage is mediocre, although it is 2 shots at a strength value in AP 1. So if you roll 6s to 1, people will take saves at AP 1. Their combat is negligible. They infiltrate. Cool. They deep strike, demon. But here's the rule. So split. Split basically works the same. Every time a blue horror model is destroyed, you roll a die. On a 4+, it becomes 1 brimstone. If your whole unit is dead after your opponent is done making attacks, you can't try to split. It's got a 6-inch aura of -1 leadership, which obviously is synergistic with all these battle shock things that we're able to trigger.
That seems good.
That does seem good. That seems like right up my alley. And then they explode. Each time this unit is selected to fight, you can select 1 enemy unit with engagement range of it. Select 1 one or more brimstone horror models in your unit. For each brimstone horror model, you can roll d6. On a 4+, the brimstone is destroyed and they suffer immortal.
Do you know how badly I want a brimstone horror plushie?
Do you know about the brownstones?
I do know about the brownstones.
Okay. The brownstones are infamous, so I should have known.
Brownstones. No, I want like a stuffed animal, but it's a brimstone horror.
Maybe I'll go to Build-A-Bear and get you one of those.
That'd be cute.
That'd be cute. Okay, so there's 10 blue horrors in the unit, then they split. Pink horrors, same idea of a data sheet. They don't infiltrate, only blue horrors do that.
Do they split still?
They still split. So they split into blue horrors, then the blue horrors split into pink horrors. One pink split.
The blue split into brimstones.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not infinitely. So pink horror rolls a 4 up to split. If it hits it, it becomes 2 blues. When a blue dies, you roll a 4 up, it becomes a brim, and you have this weird unit. Basically, pink horrors and blue horrors and brimstone horrors all have the same gun, but it varies in stats. So pinks will hit on 3s, blues will hit on 4s, brims will hit on 5s. Pinks are strength 4, blues are strength 3. Yeah, brims are strength 2. You can buff that.
Thornclover made a really good point. Thank you, Thornclover. That blues can infiltrate, and they have OCs. You can hold objectives, and you can get Shadows of Chaos established early.
Oh, that's a great point. I hadn't even considered that. Yeah, early Shadows of Chaos with blue horrors is such a move. We got the chat up in here today teaching us the tricks.
I know.
Yeah, well, that'll be something we teach in the war. Appreciate that. Okay, so you add +1 to charge rolls for the instrument, and their leadership is 6+ because of the demon icon. So pink horrors I don't actually really love. They're obviously kind of like a more durable unit because of how much more they split. But
they don't have the 3-up against ranged anymore.
No, they're just 4-up invulns.
Yeah.
What's the invul of blue horrors are 4-up invulns? That's impressive.
I wonder the cost on those guys.
Probably not cheap. I mean, it probably is cheap because they're blue horrors.
They don't do anything.
But they do stuff.
They do actually do a lot.
They do the not damage parts of the game. Flamers! Before we talk about this data sheet, I already kind of revealed it, but before we talk about it, Quentin, do you think Flamers are broken again?
Yes.
It's like it would be the 3rd time Flamers are broken in the history.
They're always broken.
And they're not always broken. They're broken like every couple editions.
They're broken in my heart. They broke my heart.
Let's see. So they move 9. That's down from 12. Toughness 4, lead 7, 3 wounds, lead
7 OC1.
OC1.
Okay.
They have same idea of a gun. Ignores cover, psychic torrent. So it ignores cover, but only AP 1. And then strength 4 is not strength 5.
Only D6 shots, not D6.
Only D6. It's really not. I would say this is what a Flamer probably should be.
Yeah. This seems fair.
It's a little slow, honestly. Move 9 is not fast. It's not slow, but it's not for what it could be. Yeah. And they can't advance and shoot. There's no assault rule here.
But it can shoot when it falls back.
It can shoot when it falls back. Holy bojangles! I didn't even catch that. That's amazing.
Bounding leaps.
Whoa. Flamers. Okay, Flamers are great.
Honestly,
shooting when falling back really changes how a unit operates.
Yes.
Okay.
An Exalted Flamer. Oh, he gives those Flamers Assault.
He sure gives those Flamers Assault. Wow. Okay, so basically we've got 2 ranged weapons here. Fire Zinch Blue Fire and Fire Zinch Pink Fire. Blue Fire is going to be 3 shots, Strength 9, AP 3, and 3 damage. And Pink Fire is 2d6 shots, is the Flamer version, Strength 5, AP 1, 1 damage. They're both ignores cover. All this stuff ignores cover, which is really nice, because cover is very easy to get in this edition. If he joins a unit of Flamers, then he's going to give the entire unit assault weapons to kind of bypass that issue. And then they'll obviously allow him the ability to fall back and shoot. And then Flames of Change in your shooting phase after this model has shot. Select an enemy unit on a 4+, -2 move, -2 advance, and -2 charge. That's great.
That seems good.
That's great. Let's see how expensive he is. Screamers, we kind of already showed them because they were on the Chariot. Move 14, though. OC1.
Can beasts go through walls?
Beasts can go through walls.
I like these guys a lot, actually.
Because they're beasts.
They're beasts.
Move 14 won't charge through walls is nice, and they fly. So just zoop. They're really mobile. Hits on 4, strength 6, AP 2 damage. Hitting on 4 still sucks. And then as they fly over an enemy unit, for each model in this unit, roll d6 on a 4+1 mortal. So just more and more mortals. Hidden mortals all over demons. Demons have a lot of splash mortals, it seems. Burning Chariot. Burning Chariot moves 12, toughness 8, 9 wounds, 4 pinball. It's got the same fire, pink fire, blue fire, the Exalted Flamer.
Yeah.
So straight 9.
But it's also it's what it is. It's an Exalted Flamer riding some chariots.
It's literally take the Fateskimmer, take the Herald off, put an Exalted Flamer on.
Yeah.
It's got the Eldritch Flames ability. In your shooting phase after this model has shot, select one unit that was hit, and then they can't benefit from cover. So basically, your whole army's getting ignore cover. Like the only thing it doesn't right now with Lords of Changes and Fateweaver, and then this thing shoots, and then you ignore cover.
Cool.
That is really cool. Zinch shoots.
You could also take that in a Thousand Suns list and have all your Thousand Suns bolters ignore cover.
You could take that in any CSM, Chaos Knight. You want your Chaos Knights to ignore cover, take a Burning Chariot. It's just a unit in your data sheet, in your codex now. No necessary HQ to go along with it. No troop choice tax.
Seems good.
Just take a Burning Chariot. Why not?
It also doesn't fly.
It doesn't fly? Why doesn't it fly?
I don't know.
Man.
He's too heavy.
That makes me so... Does the Fateskimmer fly? Do Screamers give him fly? Where's the Fateskimmer? Where's that Fateskimmer?
He flies.
He flies. Okay, that's got to be an oversight.
The Exalted Flamer, he just ate too many Oreos.
He did not eat too many Oreos. That's G-dubs. Why don't you type fly on there? Rotigus! We go in Nurgle mode. Okay.
He's going to go with my Death Guard.
So Nurgle traditionally don't do anything. Let's see if they do something now.
Okay, so he's moved 7.
Toughness 12, 22 wounds.
22 wounds.
He chonks.
4 pinball. Okay.
4 pinball.
He's chonk.
He's got a 2d6, strength 7, AP2 Flamer with a devastating wounds and ignores cover.
That's good.
That's not bad. That 12-inch range is lame, but like it's a Flamer. It is what it be.
Do you know what he has? His staff is Demonwood.
It is kind of Demonwood.
It's literally called the Gnarl Rod.
Yeah, it's the Gnarl Rod.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel you. So what is Fateweaver? It's the staff of tomorrow. It's not made. It's made of time.
His is made of awesome.
It's made of time.
Made of awesome.
It's made out of dimension reality. So this guy's got lethal hits on his attacks. I think lethal hits is going to be an ongoing rule you'll see through all of Nurgle. Just all their attacks have lethal hits. 6 did auto wound. 7 attacks, strength 8, AP 3, 3 damage. Not bad. 14 attacks, strength 7, AP 1, 1 damage. Not great. Move 7 is the part I find really offensive here.
He also just kind of like lumbers at you.
He's also very he's not easy to
large,
move.
Yeah.
He's like, go around the ruin. All right, give me a couple turns, guys. See you on the other side. What's his rule step? Okay. At the start of the fight phase, you can select one enemy unit with an 18 invisible to this model until the end of the fight phase. Each time a Nurgle demon model attacks that unit, +1 damage. That helps.
He's like a wimpy version of the Rendmaster.
Oh, don't put it like that. You did put it like that, and it's so true. So Corn's out here giving +1 strength, AP, and damage, and this dude's like +1, and like Nurgle stuff struggles to even make you take saves. You know, like what is +1 damage?
While on the enemy units within 6 inches of this model have the move and objective control characteristics of models. Okay,
that's a great rule.
That is a good rule.
Mine, it's 6-inch range, which sucks, but half move and half objective control.
That is good.
Those are 2 great rules.
A deluge of Nurgle.
So I feel like you have to deep strike this guy off of Shadows of Chaos from Bellacore and like put him in there and hit a charge. And then he's in the middle of your opponent's army doing this to their stuff. And that's good. He's very tough to kill for what he is. I think that's fine, but like it's all going to come down to points. If he's really cheap, why not?
The Great Unclean One. Now, this guy can take a 4-up Feeling the Pain.
Yeah, so this guy is actually legitimately, like, ludicrously hard to kill. 4-up Invul, 4-up Feeling the Pain.
And effectively 20 wounds?
Effectively 20 wounds.
Sorry, effectively 40 wounds.
Yeah, right. You take 40 wounds to kill him in terms of damage. So he's got Putrid Vomit, Ignores Cover, and Torrent, D6 plus 3 shots, Strength 5, AP 2, 1 damage. A lot of shots, not much stuff going on there. And the Plague Frail, D6 plus 1 shots, only 6-inch range, Strength 7, AP 2, and 2 damage. Definitely.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Doesn't Torrent auto-hit?
Torrent auto-hits.
So why does he have a Ballistic skill?
The same reason the Burning Chariot doesn't fly.
Sure, okay.
But he's got the Bile Blade, which is extra attacks. Everything's lethal hits here. 3 attacks, Strength 6, AP 2, 2 damage. The Bile Sword, Strike and Sweep profile, 6 or 12 attacks. Strength 8, AP 2, D6 damage is the big one, or Strength 6, AP 2, 1 damage. So pretty mediocre combat.
He really doesn't hit that hard.
Like,
wow.
Strength 8 does not wounds tanks on 5s. Like, this is embarrassing.
Got those lethal hits, though.
It's got lethal hits. It's gonna have to do a lot of work.
Okay.
Nurgle Demons within 6 of him get 6 of Feeling Pain. Reverberating Summons every time a model is destroyed. You can revive Plague Bears, which is legitimately nice. He can kill infantry fairly effectively.
Yeah.
Not that I want to use a Great Unclean One to kill infantry, but it might be his job.
But you also have to take the bell, so...
You also take the bell, which is even worse in combat.
Yeah.
At the end of your movement phase, you can select one enemy unit within 12 until the start of your next movement phase, -1 toughness. That's not nearly as good as a rule as it was like 2-3 editions ago.
Not.
When things are like look at the variation of toughness here. Making something toughness 12, toughness 11
doesn't matter.
What did that change to my?
We'll talk a lot
profiles?
about that when we come to Death Guard.
Yeah, so he's a great Unclean One.
He's durable.
He's durable.
You will not kill him.
So the next few characters are all going to be like the Heralds of Nurgle equivalents. Poxbringer, toughness 5, 5 wounds. He went down actually in durability. 4 attacks, strength 5, AP 2, 2 damage, lethal hit, shocker. He's going to give unmodified hit rolls of 5 critical hit, which basically
so lethals
means
on 5s.
Lethal hits on 5s for your unit. Which is not bad, because wounding stuff is difficult, so auto hits on 5s, wounding is good. And then, while an enemy is within 6 of this model, each time that model takes a battle shock test, subtract 1 from the result. He's adding into the battle shock shenanigans.
I do like that.
That's pretty great. And then, Sloppity Bile. Oh no, this is Spoilpox Scrivener. Spoilpox Scrivener.
I love this model.
Yeah. Same defensive profile. He's got the disgusting sneezes. It's a 6-inch torrent pistol, strength 3, 1 damage, no AP. D6 shots. And then the Plague Sword and just okay, you're not taking this guy for his offense.
He's got the keep counting rule. 1.
So that'll stack with critical hits on 5s.
Can you take both in the same unit?
I believe not.
No. Okay, cool. So it won't stack.
So it won't stack with anything. Sustained hits 1 is exploding 6s if you don't, and your 6s are lethal hits already. And this is the real rule he adds is make your objective control add 1.
That's good.
Objective control 3 Plague Bears is really beefy. Yeah, that's not bad.
No, there's still some stuff.
And then Epidemius. So he's all about keeping the tally. He's actually okay in combat. He's got D6 plus 3 attacks with lethal hits, strength 5, AP 2, 2 damage. 4 Invul for the unit he's leading. Although he himself has a 5 Invul, that's just weird. But he'll give himself a 4 Invul while he's leading a unit. But then he'll lose his Invul when he's not leading.
Yep, that's correct.
Weird.
Yeah.
Still, 4 Invul Plague Bears is nice. That's terrible. Keep a tally of how many models are destroyed by Nurgle Legion's Demonica units from your army during the battle. At the start of your command phase, if the tally is 7 or more, gain a command point, reset it to 0. Okay, so as you get into combat with your opponent, you'll end up getting command points, which is nifty. Not nearly as cool as Fateweavers.
Sloppity Bile Piper.
Sloppity Bile Piper.
Sloppity Bile Piper.
+1 move and reroll advance rolls for a unit, and you already saw we have 1 CP advance and charge.
Okay, I like that.
And then Disease of Mirth is going to be every fight phase, enemy units, not monsters and vehicles, within 6, take a battle shock.
That's good.
So this guy takes a battle shock, Skull Cannon's battle shock, Blue Hearts -1, Poxbringer -1.
Here.
It's nifty burritos, Quinn. It's nifty burritos. Horticulous Slimux. Now this is my guy. This is Gary the Gardener.
The lopping shears.
Yes, he's got the lopping shears, which are 4 attacks, hitting on 3, strength 6, AP 2, and 3 damage.
Wow.
And then the Acidic Maw, which is wielded by Mulch. Mulch is the snail.
That's so cute.
Mulch has got 2 extra attacks, hitting on 4s, not the most accurate, but it's strength 7, AP 4, 3 damage, and devastating wounds. So
that is good.
You don't want to get eaten by mulch. It's kind of hard. 50% chance of mulch just misses you, but mulch you. And he's got the Beast Handler ability, so if he's joined to Beasts of Nurgle, that's his thing, he joins Beasts of Nurgle, then they can use the Heroic Intervention strat additionally and for free.
That seems good. And
then he seeds the Garden of Nurgle, which means area terrain features that you start your command phase in. And just within, so if he's like towing it, like his enormous ovular base, if that's a little bit in one ruin and a little bit in the next forest, they're both going to count as Shadows of Chaos for the rest of the game.
It's really good on GW.
That's really good in a lot of things. That's just really, really good. We're going to pollute the Shadows of Chaos.
He's also a toughness 10 wounds to 4 pinball, so he's chunk.
Yeah, he's kind of a Demon Prince defensively, by the way. Plague Bears, the Nurgle troop. So, move 5, toughness 5.
They really do not hit very hard.
2 wounds. Their combat is literally useless.
Sticky objectives.
Sticky objectives is nice, although you also have the strat for that with demons. And then they have an icon instrument.
Yeah.
This is a unit. If they're cheap, then it's a good defensive cheap unit.
Yes.
If no offensive value whatsoever,
nope.
though. Even if you take the Nurgle stuff.
Nurglings.
So Nurglings are interesting. They're OC 0, but they infiltrate, so they kind of do exactly what they've always done, besides the holding objective bit. They're -1 to hit for enemy units within 6 inches of them, so not even if you're attacking Nurglings. So you can just infiltrate Nurglings and then run them forward and be like, your army is -1 to hit. Deep strike them 3 inches away. I like them because presumably they'll be cheap and infiltrate and deep strike and the way shenanigans.
They can do actions and stuff.
They can do actions, yeah.
They're eligible to shoot.
Nothing much going on. 6 of Bindle blows.
Yeah, you can take them 3 to 9.
Beasts of Nurgle, though. This is a interesting.
How many Beasts of Nurgle do you own?
27. It's a good number. Everyone needs to own 27. You can totally run
6
units of 1 to 2. I don't have a problem. You have a problem.
You and Brian Malpass.
So, these Beasts of Nurgle, they're toughness 9 with 7 wounds. They're OC 2. They have 6 attacks with devastating wounds, although they also only hit on 4s. Strain 6, AP 1, and 2 damage. Mm-hmm. At the end of the phase, if you have not killed the Beast of Nurgle, right back to full health, which is awesome. With 7 wound models and a 5 invul and toughness 9, this is legitimately a great rule. I've liked this unit a lot when playing it. Depends how many points it costs, of course.
Yeah.
Plague drones.
How many of these do you own?
Lifetime ownership?
Yeah.
I've had 3 sets of 27. So,
90?
No, I don't think it's 90. It was 18, and then it was 27. So, whatever that, 45-ish? In the neighborhood of 45 play drones. Again, I don't have a problem, Quinton. I'm thinking of restarting my demon army. I really don't have a problem. Okay, so they're move 10, they're toughness 8, 5 wounds, they're OC 2 as well.
These guys are chonk.
They're chonk.
They're chonk.
They're chonk, they're fast, they fly. That's all really good. Lethal hits. Their offense, as always, and will always suck. But in your shooting phase, you can select 1 more unit that was hit by their death's heads, which you probably will yield a hit on somebody. And then your units can reroll wounds against them, which can make your damage still mediocre.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I really wanted that to help.
Yeah.
You'd think a rule like reroll wounds would really help, but they're fast, they're tough. They're OC2, they fly, they're going to be used to skirmish.
Yep.
And
the Feculant Gnarlemaw.
This is the Plague Tree. So same thing, it infiltrates a lot like the Skulltaker, toughness 9, 9 wounds, 4 up armor. It doesn't seem to have an invul.
No, it's just okay. The Gnarlemaw's really easy to kill, wow.
It's stealth, and it gives units within 6 stealth, Nurgle units within 6 stealth, and people get cover from it. And, okay. Okay, Feculant Gnarlemaw.
Sure.
Shalaxi Helbane. So Shalaxi Helbane, Slaanesh stuff. She's my lady, I think. She moves 14. She's toughness 10, 5 of save, whatever, 4 up invul, 20 wounds, OC 5. She's got the Lash of Slaanesh, which is 6 shots.
She also got a 5 of Feculant Pain.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that, but no. She sure does. She sure has 20 wounds with a 4 up invul and a 5 Feculant Pain. Why does Nurgle have to pay for one of their Greed and Clean ones to get a 5 of Feculant Pain when Shalaxi just starts with them?
Why does the Greed and Clean one not do damage?
So, talk about something who does do damage. Shalaxi. Bavena Slaanesh, D6 shots. It overcharges if you want. Strength 9, AP 1 or 2, D3 damage. If you do the overcharge version, sustained hits 3, Quinton.
And devastating wounds. Oh my god. She's also got the Lash of Slaanesh, which is 6 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 6, AP 1, damage 2. So, actually very respectable shooting.
Yeah, I've killed 5 Space Marines just outright with her guns before.
Yeah.
Also, her Snapping Claws and Soul Piercer. Her extra attacks for her Snapping Claws, Strength 6, AP2, 3 damage. Here's 4 attacks. And then her Soul Piercer is Precision. 6 attacks hitting on 2, Strength 14, AP3, D6 plus 2 damage. She hits basically as hard as the Super Thirster. Then she's got 2 amazing rules. Cloak of Constriction. At the start of the fight phase, pick an enemy unit. -1 attack for that unit. Yeah. Well, yeah.
What? That's incredible.
Unit. You got a unit in close combat, -1 attack. No, thank you. And then Monarch of the Hunt, attacking vehicles, monsters, or characters. Let's reroll hits and wounds. And damage. Oh my god.
And charges.
And charges.
Wow. I really hope Shalaxi costs a lot.
I mean, she's a monster. She's literally a monster, but like, holy crap, she's a monster. She's incredibly hard to kill. That feeling pain.
6 inches away.
She's like harder. She's like comparable to Mortarion today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, like, way harder hitting. Rerolls everything!
Yeah.
And again, I don't have to be fighting a character. I have to be fighting a unit that has a character attached to it to reroll everything.
Wow.
Oh my
Okay.
god. And you know what else I find
Secrets.
moderately offensive but also awesome?
What?
If you take the Shining Aegis on the Keeper of Secrets, which is just one of your things you can take here as one of your War Gear abilities, they also have 5 Feel of Pain. So move 14, 18 wounds, 4 up, and 5 Feel of Pain. When did Slaanesh become the Durable God? When did that happen? I missed something.
Yeah.
She's got the Living Whip, same as Shalaxi. Phantasmagoria is her spell. They're devastating wounds on both profiles. The first version is 6 shots. The second version is 9 shots if you go hazardous. They're all strength 6, AP2, 1 damage. Just more shots to do, more chances to do damage. Get hazardous. Snapping Claws exactly the same. You're not going to take the Ritual Knife because it would mean you're not taking the Shining Aegis, and you are taking the Shining Aegis.
Oh, yeah, you take the Shining Aegis.
6 attack, strength 8, AP2, and 3 damage. So she's a little soft in close combat.
Yeah, really, actually surprisingly soft.
Very durable, though. Literally,
Yes.
like, she took Nurgle's identity.
She gives +1 AP to Slaanesh demons.
She does. So she'll both Shalaxi, she'll buff your army.
She's also -1 to
That's
hit.
a great buff. And she's minus
All the
1
time.
all the time.
Wow.
Shooting in combat. Yeah,
That's
she's
really good.
so tough to kill. Why? Why is Slaanesh this hard to kill? Okay, G-dubs. Okay, these things better be not cheap, because they're very fast, decently killy. So Shalaxi's very killy, and they're tough to kill.
Okay, cool. The Harp Lady.
The Harp Lady, the Infernal Enrapturess.
Did you know, little mini fun fact, I once used the Harp Lady as the big boss of a D&D campaign. Yeah, it freaks my players out.
That is exciting.
I know it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 18 inches, assault weapon, 6 attacks, strength 6, 1 damage, or
or a dark
overcharge,
lance.
or it's strength 12, AP3, D6 plus 1 for 1 shot. Her combat is devastating wounds, 5 attacks, 1 damage, though strength 4, nothing exciting. She heals D3 models to her unit. She joins Demonettes, and her weapon, while an enemy psychic unit is within 12th model, psychic weapons in that unit gain the hazardous ability.
I don't hate if she's pretty cheap, just having 3 las cannons or whatever you can just shoot at people.
Well, that's interesting. I wasn't thinking of her as an offensive piece at all. I was trying to think of ways I could use her abilities. She's
You
interesting.
can also regrow onto stuff, then take an objective, then it's in your Shadow of Chaos, then in your movement phase you can deep strike down.
That's true. That is actually a really nice point. Well, healing only D3 does make it a little bit unreliable there.
Yeah, it's fair.
But it's a good thing to keep in mind if the scenario allows for it. The Masque, she's another lone operative. She deep strikes. She fights first. And then she's herself can advance in charge or fall back in charge. 6 attacks, strength 4, AP1, 2 damage. And then what's really cool about her, she has 2 abilities. You pick an enemy unit within 6 at the start of the fight phase, and either all of your Slaanesh stuff is going to get +1 to wound that enemy unit, or they're going to be -1 to wound in their fight phase.
That's really cool.
That's really cool.
That's
really cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Especially because Slaanesh stuff is traditionally low strength, and you can even see it on the Keepers. Like, giving them +1 to wound is literally what they're missing. Okay. The Masque is solid. Syll'esske, she's...
Oh, right, there's 7,000 Slaanesh characters because of AOS.
And Chariots.
Wow.
We're going to be here in a minute.
Okay.
So Syll'esske, she's a leader, actually, and she joins Demonettes.
Okay.
So basically, good at combat. She's got a gun. It's a flamer. They're both torn, ignores cover.
You can make it devastating wounds and it becomes hazardous.
They're both devastating wounds, actually. So the only difference is D6 shots or 2D6 shots.
You probably overcharge it.
Yeah, Syll'eske's got a good ass flamer. That is strong.
Wow, okay.
And then she's got the Scourging Whip, 6 more shots at 9 inches, strength 4, AP1, whatever.
Yeah.
In combat, she's usually a combat monster. She has 6 attacks, hitting on 3, strength 7, AP2, and 3 damage. And then she makes 6 extra attacks, which are just 2 demonettes glued together, strength 4, AP1, 1 damage. For her and her unit, 5s to hit, do a critical, 5s to wound, do a critical wound.
Okay.
So
do demonettes do anything special on?
I don't know.
So I mean, basically, it means 5s always wound.
5s always wound.
Yeah.
And then the first time this unit is destroyed on 2+, it comes back to life, which is great.
That's good.
Which is really good.
That's really good. Okay, cool.
We'll see how much she costs, but that's great.
I like her.
Yeah. Contorted Epitome. So this thing is always a weird one. She's got D6 extra attacks in combat, strength 5 AP1 2 damage, hitting on 4s, and Ravaging Claws, which have devastating wounds, 8 attacks, strength 4 AP1. Fairly mediocre combat.
Yeah.
She and her unit have 4 feeling pain from combat, or from psychic rather.
And mortal wounds.
From mortal wounds and psychic attacks. So all kinds of mortals and psychics. And then the Horrible Fascination. At the start of your opponent's shooting phase, one Psyker model from your army with this ability can use it. If it does, select an enemy unit within 12, visible to the Psyker, and roll d6 on a 1. That unit takes d3 mortals. On a 2 through 5, they take -1 to hit. And on a 6, they're not eligible to shoot. So, kind of like the Blue Scribes from before.
Yeah.
But
like worse.
But like worse.
Yeah.
You'll probably leave her at home, but the anti-psychic tech is nice.
Yeah.
Torrent Bringer on Exalted Chariot. So we're going to breeze to the Chariots because my eyes are going to gloss over trying to read these Chariots.
It's got a anti-infantry 3+ gun at 6 inch, so okay.
So this thing is they're all infantry murdering machines. This thing has 23 attacks in close combat. 15 of them have devastating
None of them are very
wounds.
good, but they're
strength 4. Some of them are AP1. Yeah. It's all 1 damage. Pretty mediocre. 15 dev wound attacks.
It's an aura of sustained hits.
Mm-hmm.
And
aura of sustained hits is really nice just because Slaanesh has a lot of attacks, so even more hits to try to roll dev wounds with. That is legitimately good. And then once per fight phase, just after an enemy unit selects.
And then a fight on death.
For pick a unit?
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. So if you pick a unit 1/6 and it fights on death on a 4+.
That's kind of good.
That is kind of good.
That's kind of good. Okay.
12 wounds, 4 bend wolf, move 14.
Points depending. I like it.
Points depending is pretty good.
Yeah.
And the big base means that sustained hits aura is going to be big. Yeah. Transweaver is just the typical Foot Herald. 6 attacks, dev wounds, only 1 damage. Yeah. So she moves 9. Demonettes
she gives units fight first.
That's really good. Demonettes don't hit super duper hard, so people can still just charge Demonettes.
And then if a unit is battle shocked, you get to reroll the
hit and reroll wounds. So just more battle shock synergy. Rear shoot stuff with skull cannons, make it battle shot, charge it with Slaanesh stuff, murder mode.
That seems good.
That is really
good.
That is really good.
Yeah. Okay. Demonettes. Oh, devastating wounds. So
they just have dev wounds.
Yeah. So what's her face gives them dev wounds on 5s.
Okay, so Syll'eske's awesome.
Yeah.
And also reroll wounds from the Transweaver.
Oh wow.
So, yeah. So Demonettes
okay, cool. Yeah, these things slap.
Each time a model in this unit makes an attack, reroll hit rolls of 1, and if you're on an objective when I attack you, rerolling all hit rolls.
That's good.
Super well when stacking with that Chariot sustained hits.
hits.
Yep, and then +1 to charge, +1 leadership for the icon. Points depending. I mean,
I like them.
3 attacks each, sustained hits, dev wounds.
As an elf player, I don't like them, but
yeah, these guys are great. Girls are great. These things. Fiends. Fiends are kind of the same as before. They move 12, which is 2 down, but they gain toughness 5, 4 wounds. OC2 isn't decent. They don't have the tail attack anymore, but they also have dev wounds. 5 attacks each, hitting on 3, strength 5, AP2, and 2 damage. Mm-hmm. And then while an enemy unit is within 6 of this model, each time model unit makes a melee attack, subtract 1 to the hit roll, and each time the model unit makes a desperate escape test, subtract 1 from that test.
Okay.
And when you're battle shocked, you have to make desperate escape tests to fall back, so it's more synergy with battle shock.
That seems good.
Yeah, these are another points depending unit, but definitely I like what I'm seeing as a data sheet here.
Yeah, I agree.
Dev wounds all over the place with Slaanesh. Mm-hmm. Slaanesh seems like really good.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. I've been very impressed with Slaanesh.
The only one I'm not impressed with is Nurgle. Oh, poor Nurgle.
Poor Nurgle.
Seekers, moving 14, toughness 4. That's an increase. 2 wounds. They still had their +1 a charge. They had reroll advance and charges. I thought I was going to see advance and charge, but they can advance and charge for 1 CP.
Yes.
So they're ludicrously fast.
Scout 9.
They scout 9. Talk about turn 1 charges. This is just turn 1 charging you. They're not that impressive in close combat, but again, it's a Demonette, so Dev Wounds riding a Seeker, which is just 2 strength 4 attacks.
Okay, that's fine.
This is like a skirmishy tie-up kind of unit.
Yeah.
Ludicrously fast, doesn't do much when it gets
Scout 9, so you can go scout onto an objective, you get your Shadow of Chaos up.
True.
Yeah.
Anything that pre-game moves to get that Shadows of Chaos going battle round 1 is really strong. And they can pre-game move to get to new spots on the table.
Yep. Or you can pre-game move backwards if you want to go second, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Hellflayer is going to move 14, only 7 wounds, so it's kind of a baby chariot. Same anti-infantry pistol from the Lashes. It's got a lot of attacks. It looks like it has 10 extra attacks and the 9 demonette attacks with devastating wounds. 6 of the extra attacks are okay. It's strength 6 AP 1-2 damage. 4 of them kind of suck. It's just the Seekers. So this thing in total has 19 attacks, plus the 6 shooting attacks, 25 attacks.
And there's a lot of mortal wounds on the charge.
Yeah, so each time this unit is selected to fight, you can select 1 enemy unit with engagement range and roll a d6, adding 2 if it's infantry. On a 2 or 3, it's suffering d3 mortal wounds. On a 4 or 5, it's suffering 3 mortal wounds. And on a 6+, d3 plus 3. And obviously against infantry, you're adding 2 to that.
Yep.
This thing is an infantry shredding blender.
Yes.
Awesome. Not a tough infantry shredding blender. It's going to kind of not kill Terminators too well, but
no.
It is a lot of attacks. And it's a lot
it
of
also dies pretty
potential
easy.
mortals.
It's up to 6
Yeah.
with 7. Yeah, this thing will die. Like
it's got to be cheap.
Yeah.
But it can't be too cheap. It is a fast-moving chariot.
Yes.
Secret Chariot, basically what we just saw, but even worse. When this unit makes a charge move until the end of the phase, melee weapons equipped with it have the anti-infantry 4 ability. Yeah. That's in place of the charge mortals, and it has fewer attacks.
Yeah, I hope these things are cheap.
This thing's got to be cheap. Like it used to be like 40 points. So if it's
like
that
have
cheap,
to be in that.
Yeah, it's got to be like I'm just taking it for the fact that it's a fast vehicle.
Yes, that it exists at all, and you charge 3 of them in, and you're like, I'm gonna kill 10 Gaunts.
Yeah, maybe. Exalted Secret Chariots. This one's trying to be good again. It moves 14. It's 12 wounds. 4 up invul, so it's kind of tough, actually. It's only tough in 6, though. Same anti-infantry lashes, same demonettes. It's 14 demonette attacks, which is pretty good. Dev wounds on 14 attacks. 8 additional seeker attacks, and then in the fight phase, after this model is finished making its attacks, if 1 or more enemy units were destroyed, every enemy unit within 6 takes a battle shock. So,
okay.
Charge 3 of these things in, kill, wound 3 units up, finish them off with these if you can set that up, and just battle shock away. That's a very idealistic scenario, but if you can pull that off, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Bellacorn!
Wow.
So we've already seen the big beast data sheet. Comparing him to all the other greater demon options I have, points depending, of course, I'm actually pretty underwhelmed by his offensive profile.
Yeah, he really doesn't hit that hard.
His defensive profile also leaves a lot to be desired. Just toughness 10 for Binvul is like the baseline for defensive demon, big demon, but obviously the moneymaker rule here is
cannot
read
be
the shadows.
shot.
No one's shooting me.
Ooh, that's good.
Whether that's good enough, we will find out, but it definitely seems awesome money in the bank. One thing I'm finding, though, is all the demons, except for Tzeentch, pretty much want to get in close combat with the opponent to win the game. And obviously, if you're in close combat range, I'm within 18 of you, so that rule's not going to come into play. So we'll see if it's just good enough because it dodges alpha strikes and things like Tau, or if it needs, or he's actually just like a big scary baddie.
Mm-hmm. The Soul
Grinder. This thing's tough. 4 Binvul, toughness 11, 14 wounds. He'll have to be appropriately costed, of course. He ignores friendly monster and vehicle models and terrain features 4 inches or less, as if they were not there. I love that because move blocking these Soul Grinders is way too effortless. I love that. Harvester Cannon. So basically, depending on which god you choose your Soul Grinder to be, it's going to get a different gun. Korn will get Burning Blood, Tzeentch will get Warp Gaze, Nurgle Phlegm, and Slaanesh the Scream.
So get the Nurgle keyword?
You switch one of the keywords. Select a keyword. So it will get the keyword.
Okay.
And then they'll all have the Harvester Cannon, which is 3 shots hitting on 3, strength 10 AP 1-3 damage. He hits on 3s, which is nice, and both combat and shooting. Torrent of Blood is the ignores cover Torrent Flamer, 2d6 shots, strength 5 AP 1 damage. Phlegm is the indirect gun, so indirect blast, lethal hits, d6 plus 1 shots, strength 7 AP 1-2 damage, so kind of pricey to just be an indirect platform. Scream of Despair, devastating wounds, sustained hits, 6 shots, and strength 9 AP 2 damage. That is pretty good, hitting on 3s. And then Warp Gaze is the one big shot. It's D3 shots, actually. Strength 12, AP2, D6 plus 2 damage. And in close combat, he's got 3 different weapon options. The Iron Claw is 5 attacks, strength 16, AP3, D6 plus 2. The Warp Claw and the Warp Sword are both strength 8, AP1/AP2, and either D6 or 2 damage.
So I just had an epiphany here.
What's your epiphany?
Go back down.
Do.
So Nurgle gives you the Phlegm Bombardment. Go back up.
Do.
Which is indirect fire.
Yep.
Okay. So you take these things, and you run them with Plague Burst Crawlers in your Death Guard.
Yep.
That seems good.
And you have a lot of indirect fire in your Death Guard.
Yeah.
That's actually a lot of indirect fire and a lot of beef.
Yeah.
A lot of beef. That's an interesting epiphany, Quinton. Demon Prince of Chaos. So there's Demon Prince and Demon Prince with Wings. They both have the Infernal Cannon, Strength 5, AP 1, 2 damage. Their Toughness 10, 10 wounds, Move 8, 2 up armor, OC 3, and a 4 up invul. Very, very tough. In close combat, they have the Hellforged weapons. Either 6 strike attacks, Strength 8, AP 2, and 3 damage, or 14 sweeps, Strength 6, no AP, and 1 damage. Different god allegiances will give you different abilities. Basically, you're going to get +2 strength for Khorne, +3 attacks on your Infernal Cannon for Tzeentch, +1 toughness for Nurgle, and +2 move for Slaanesh. Units within 6 are going to have the stealth rule, -1 to hit from range attacks, and then once per game, this guy can have a 3 up invul. So he's like a support character in my mind.
Yeah, I don't know. He can just kind of give me shot. I don't know how I feel about him.
I don't hate him in the context
very
of like...
I think.
If he's standing amongst a bunch of greater demons, then it's like, am I going to shoot the demon prince? But he does give them all stealth, which is nice. It's points depending. Like, is it better to take a prince or just spring for another greater demon?
Yeah. Bonsai Kitty Gaming, the walker is probably better than Fly.
Fly is a choice.
Yeah, they decided it's going to be a rule that exists.
So, Demon Prince of Chaos with Wings.
He's got Fly.
He's also got
fly.
And he gets faster. He moves 12. He loses a point of toughness. He gains move and becomes weaker.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
4 up invul. Of course, they can just be shot out of the sky. They're not lone operatives or leaders. So same idea, Infernal Cannon, different god allegiances give you stuff, same weapons, but instead of giving everybody stealth, he just helps himself.
+3 attacks.
+3 attacks.
That's not nothing.
And then you can stack him with the Khorne Angrats to give him +5 attacks, +2 strength.
And then you take a Khorne one.
And he's Khorne, so he's actually +4 strength, +5 attacks.
So strength 12 with 11 attacks at damage. Okay, this guy does come
That guy hits.
He got hits, yeah.
And each time the model selected to fight, you choose lethal hits, precision hits, or sustained hits.
Okay.
So this guy hits. You basically take this guy to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
He goes raw.
He goes raw.
Yeah.
I suppose you can give him the Nurgle 4 Feeling Pain and try to make a durable prince.
So why would you do that?
He goes.
Did you put it on a Great Unclean One at that point?
Yeah, well, if you don't necessarily take a Great Unclean. But this is the Demon Army. All right, everybody.
Okay.
Let us know what you thought. I'm super excited.
I'm excited
There's
for demons.
So many combos here.
Demons.
Demons.
Are we going to sell demons on the table?
We're going to be showing so many demons on the table. I'm kind of excited. I have so many demon ideas. I don't know where to start. Hopefully they're not all bad. I'm sure some will be good. I'm very excited for this codex. It's going to be wild to figure it out.
It seems like it has a lot of depth in it.
Yeah, for an index, I feel like this is like as deep as the 9th edition codex.
Oh, I completely agree.
Yeah, this is really exciting. I'm all for it. Let us know what you think of the Demon Army, the Demon Rules, the Demon Codex, the Stratagems, the Enhancements, the data sheets, the rules. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you're interested in actually watching us play games, dissecting this information in real time, and teaching you how to get better, check out the link right below me, right above Quinton, and right down in the link below in the description, thewarroom.vhx.tv. That link will take you to our 3-day free trial where you can learn all about the War Room, all about our Discord server, and get all the latest and greatest insights in real time from the best players in the world. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and we will catch you later. Where's that end screen? There it is.